Hi there, it's Thursday the 3rd of December 2020. We're continuing to look at the life of Jesus from Mark's Gospel and reading in chapter 5 from verse 21. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was at the lake. And then one of the synagogue rulers named Jairus came here, and seeing Jesus he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her, so that she will be healed and live." And so Jesus went with him. And then something happened as Jesus was on his way to Jairus' house where his daughter was dying, to try and, I assume, to pray for her and to see her healed and raised up and delivered from death. But on the way there, a woman came and touched his cloak, and she'd been bleeding for years, and she had tried to get the doctors to heal her and had spent all her money, and there was no help for her, no hope for her. And Jesus stopped and said, "Who touched me?" And he saw this woman, and he said, "Your faith has healed you." And she was healed from that very moment. But because that instant took place while he was on the way to Jairus' house, by the time that they then got to Jairus' house, it was too late for the little girl. And somebody came from Jairus' house and said, "Your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore?" Do you know, the amazing thing is that Jesus made time for that woman who had been bleeding. Now we're going to we're going to learn tomorrow what happened to Jairus' daughter. But he made time, Jesus, for somebody else. Even while he was away to try and help Jairus' daughter, he made time for the woman who had been bleeding. I wonder if anybody has ever made time for you in your life. Somebody who is busy. Somebody who is important, perhaps, like Jesus was. Jesus was busy. Jesus was important. Jesus was on a very special mission. Jesus was on an urgent mission to Jairus' daughter to try and save her from dying. Jesus had a great demand upon his life at that point. And yet, with all of that, he still made time for this poor woman who had been bleeding all these years. Jesus is amazing because Jesus makes time for us. When we need him, he makes time for us. And when somebody who is very important makes time for you, somebody who is very busy makes time for you, how does it make you feel? It makes you feel special. It makes you feel important. It makes you feel valued. It makes you feel loved. This woman was in the middle of a crowd. There may have been dozens, hundreds of people there. And yet Jesus picked her out from the crowd. And even though everybody was jostling him and touching him, he felt that woman's touch. And he stopped and he responded to her. I wonder if you've ever felt that you're just one of a crowd. That you might look at other people in life and think, well, they're so much better. They've got so much more special gifts, or they're more beautiful looking, or they're stronger than I am, or they've got better things going on in their life than I am, they've more money than I have, or whatever. And often we compare ourselves to other people, and sometimes we don't feel very special, very different. We're just one of a crowd, really. But that's not how Jesus sees us. That's not how Jesus sees us. He sees each of us as being unique and special and individual. He picks us out from the crowd. He knows you, he knows me, he knows everything about us. That makes me feel so special to know that Jesus knows me, Graham Philip Curry. He knows who I am, everything that I've been through. And he loves me as an individual, not just one of a crowd, not just one of his family, not just a number. I'm not just number 10,962,512 of his children in his family, all who believe in him. I am his number one. I am his son. I am unique to him. And it's true that if I was the only person alive on this planet, Jesus would still have come. He would still have died for me on the cross. Even if it had been only for me, he would have done it because he loves me And you know he loves you in just the same way. You're unique and special to Jesus. He has time for you. He is never too busy for you. He always welcomes you into his presence, always wants to spend time with you, listen to you, love you, help you, bless you. Is there anyone else like Jesus? Even your best friend cannot always make time for you. Jesus can. God bless you as you spend time with Jesus today. Amen.